You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. We're going to have a hard-hitting discussion here about gasoline, diesel, oil, and Biden policy. Wow, this is where we're at, folks. This is really where we're at. Energy, power, money, control, all of these things tied together at the very top. Without energy, folks, oil, electricity, nuclear power, without it, there is no power or authority for the government to swing at us. So they need this oil. Oil equals energy. Energy equals power. Power equals influence, right? Yeah, it's all tied together. So what the heck is Biden doing, right? Welcome back to being prepared, folks. You need food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. Otherwise, it's suicide. Is that where we're heading? Deeper into SHTF. Is the Biden policy suicidal? And what does that mean for you as an American, as a free person, as a patriot, and a prepper? It means harder times are coming. Now, they've been releasing oil from the strategic reserves. Biden is all over that. His policy of releasing that oil to help bring down the cost at the pump. Now, have you seen any relief? I've seen maybe a smidge, maybe. I'm looking at diesel over $5 a gallon, $5 a gallon. And we need diesel, folks. That is what powers jets. Yes, clean diesel is jets. Jets, trains, semis, and cargo ships. That's energy, right? Now, we got Goldman confirming that the Strategic Petroleum Reserve releases by Biden do nothing to resolve the structural supply deficit, meaning there's a supply deficit. We're burning, we're consuming more than we're getting. So there's a supply deficit. That's funny. Just like with auto parts, food, and other things, there's an oil supply deficit. Now, there's a lot of cash out here, money giveaway here, government spending there, print, 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 print on the printing press. All this cash, itty bitty oil available. That means inflation, folks. It's here to stay. Now, OPEC says they're going to release more oil, just a little bit more for America. Right now, is that going to fix things? Well, if the big banking system says no, if Goldman says no, well, what does that tell us, the little people? Well, tighten your belts, buckle up. It's going to get worse. Now, Russia is making deals with India, with China, and the Middle East. That's right. Even though Russia is a huge supplier into the world market of oil, energy, gas, they're still making deals with the Middle East. Well, that's not unusual, folks. The United States of America was once a massive exporter of energy. Now we're a net consumer. And even though, we were taking our oil and sending American oil overseas at a much higher profit and then buying cheaper Middle East oil. Interesting how that works, huh? Okay, well, let's just ignore the fact that was going on and look at what is happening, right? The United States, the president, the policy right now is to beg the world for more oil, cheaper oil, and it's not really happening. We're getting a little help, but not much. What happens, folks, when the strategic reserves are all empty and the United States is still needing more oil? Who is going to save us? The Middle East then? Venezuela? Iran? Russia? Well, we can't save ourselves because heaven forbid we drill our own oil. Heaven forbid we have the Keystone Pipeline to bring it down from Canada. In other words, we see incredible avenues of approach to deal with the energy issue. And Biden is taking none of the intelligent ones. None. Absolutely none. The easiest, Canadian oil. No. The second easiest, get our own. No. So, when all of the strategic reserves are gone, in other words, all of those big giant silver drums of US government oil that have been held in reserve, when they're empty, we have to refill them, don't we? At some point, don't we have to refill those things? Well, if we filled them up with oil at $50 a barrel years and years ago, we're going to refill them with $150, $200 a barrel oil, $250 a barrel oil. In other words, we just got rid of cheap oil reserves and we're going to replace them with really expensive oil reserves. Once again, Biden policy, Democrat policy, showing us how they bankrupt us, how their decisions are short-sighted. And by short-sighted, I mean it's 2022, it's an election year. The Democrats are already looking like they're going to lose Congress, lose the House of Representatives, and quite possibly the Senate. It's looking desperately bad for them. Biden is horrible in the polls. He has not won the war to help Ukraine and defeat the evil Putin, has he? No, he didn't get any political mileage out of that. Now, I did go and read some White House tweets. And the Democrat sycophants there are incredible. They are weak. But be that as it may, that is the policy the United States government is taking with ourselves domestically and the world internationally. Geopolitically, it's a shit show. Now, more evidence, it's just not going to get better for us. We need to understand prices are going up. You need to be prepared. Fuel, energy, electricity, it's all going up, right? India is considering the Russian offer of paying rupees and rubles back and forth for oil. Now, guess what's happening? Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign diplomat dude, is heading down to India right now. Now, folks, as the West is looking to limit its purchases of Russian energy, oil, that's right, we're still getting some Russian oil. India is going to buy more Russian oil at a discounted price, despite Washington and Europe being very upset about that. And they want India to join in the campaign to tell Russia to stuff it. Well, India's like, dude, we'll take it at a discount. Precisely what we discussed and predicted here. That's right. The profit of prepping is also the profit of policy. We can see it right here from my little old bunker. That's right. My super secret bunker. I could see what's happening. How can they not see it in Washington? Or can they? Right? Recall, folks, that intelligent politicians do not travel to meet other leaders and discuss and try and get a treaty created, right? They don't travel to meet other leaders until the entire deal is finalized. That is how smart diplomats, smart politicians do it. They finalize everything and then they travel to meet, right? That way they can shake hands and say the deal's been done and it's not a wasted trip, not a wasted time. Certainly, we didn't put extra carbon in the air just to have a bad meeting, right? Russia going to India now. Russia's not holding its hat in its hand and begging like the Biden policy does. Russia is there to seal the deal and flip the bird at DC and the World Economic Forum. And they're doing it, folks. Russia is doing just that. Now, we did predict that the US and Europe are beholden to Russia, but they're going to try and get off that Russian oil. Prices are going sky high, and it's not going to hurt Russia because Russia will just sell their oil to India and China, Brazil and others, Oh, yeah, watch Brazil, folks. Other big countries. They'll sell it to them at a discount. Well, a discount compared to the standard oil spot price of whatever it's going to be, 100 a barrel, 150 a barrel, 200 a barrel and higher. Russia will just sell at a discount under that. And you bet your ass these other countries will pay. That's our prediction. It's all coming true, folks. And if we can predict this, if we can see this, what else are we seeing from our little bunkers? Our little worlds. We're just little people trying not to get stepped on and killed, right, by a big bad world out there. Get prepared. That's really what the message is about, it, folks, is looking out there, seeing what's going on, and then coming here and saying, hey, we've been doing it right all along. Mentally prepared, right? Food, water, shelter, all these things. Going to thepreparedmind.club, helping others. And thank you for supporting us at patreon.com, The Prepared Mind on Patreon. Without you guys here, the show doesn't exist. The bunker exists, but the show cannot go on. Well, thankfully, folks, there's enough of you intelligent enough with enough foresight to see what Biden policy is doing and being willing and able to support one another and to help wake up the masses. And the masses aren't waking up, folks. And they're going to vote come this fall. And don't worry, Biden policy will be to turn the rats loose and create more SHTF, kind of like the 2020 Summer of Love, just prior to the elections. Right? But up and until then, we're going to feel the pinch, the gasoline, diesel, and Biden policy pinch. That food that you have stored up, folks, those cans, those bags, those bottles, they're all going to pay off. When supplies come in short, when there's lines, when there's supply disruptions altogether, you will be prepared. Congratulations, you did it right. Chance favors the prepared mind. Aren't you glad you are a prepper? Keep supporting us, keep supporting each other, and keep your eyes peeled. Semper Fi, Godspeed.